Ah, one of the pharmaceutical reps rang yesterday after you left. I wanted to change today's appointment from 3:30 till 4.
No can do. Already booked at 4.
I know, with Angela Snow from Campbell Kemp, so I've done some juggling and I've put him in at 4:50 between her and your 5:15 rep.
What would I do without you?
Are you speed dating them or something?
Well, it doesn't cost anything to give them all a fair hearing.
Well, nothing but your soul, perhaps. Sorry, didn't mean to sound snippy. I had another so-called expert giving me unwanted advice yesterday, but there are alternatives to dosing up everyone.
I printed off a new running order.
Much obliged. I agree. There are alternatives, and between us, I think we cover all the bases.
Really?
As for dosing everyone up, as you so flippantly put it.
Please. Heston, you must be a pharmaceutical rep's wet dream.
Exactly. Morning, Zara.
You are a bit of a Willy Wonka with the tablets.
I've noticed that. You're probably the founder of several holiday homes in the Algarve, all called something like Casa del Carter, in your honour.
This is all a gross misrepresentation.
OK, prove me wrong.
How do you propose I do that?
Go a week without prescribing any drugs.
Completely unworkable.
Well, I have to admit, I'm with Heston. That's not practical. A day, however.
Some patients genuinely need medication. I never prescribe needlessly.
Just enthusiastically. One day, Heston, where you find an alternative to drugs.
You'd be willing to advise, of course.
All right, I accept. Today's drop-in clinic will be a prescription-free zone, unless totally unavoidable. I will not play God with patients' lives.
You won't go the distance.
And with Zara, he might slow down, but he won't stop.
He'll try, just to prove us ladies wrong.
Care to make it interesting? A tenor says he writes 8 prescriptions.
I'll say 4. I'm going to call Karen at the campus. She will want in on this.
I'll make it a sweepstake. Winner takes all. I'll let the boys know. Well done. You said you wanted to foster a little team spirit.
7, 8. All right.
It's just a quick call. I need you to pop by the house tonight. There's some bank papers you need to sign.
I was back the other day. Can I have done it then?
Well, there wasn't time. You were busy. Eating the entire contents of the fridge, sleeping on the sofa and turning the bathroom into a bomb site.
Wasn't that bad. Can't I do it at the surgery? It's closer.
Well, I'm at the campus today. You can drop by there. I'll treat you to lunch.
Great. Anywhere but the Icon.
What's the nearest place to eat? Well, unless you want to come home and you can tidy up your mess.
Icon? All right, I'll see you later.
Any word on Heston?
No, he's seen 14 patients, 1 waiting.
Whoa, that is quite an outfit. Do you think she normally dresses up like that for us?
What if he prescribes for every patient? No one's bet 15.
Well, it is Heston. But let's just say that the closest to the right number wins. And if it's a draw, we'll have a rollover.
OK. You two have been as thick as thieves all morning.
Ah, Julia. There is something you need to know about the drop-in clinic.
Is that everyone?
No, 1 waiting. Mrs. Manners. Everything OK?
A vague sense of someone walking over my grave. Mrs. Manners?
Dr. Cassidy?
Hello, it's Richard.
Richard?
Kane. We met on a starlit romantic cruise.
Ah, Dr. Kane. How can I help you?
Well, I had a sleepless night last night over the appalling way I treated you. And it was our first meeting, too.
It's forgotten.
Amnesia and a lack of direction. What am I getting myself into?
Sorry?
No, I am. And I won't get through another night unless you let me make up for it.
Try chamomile tea before bed.
I'd rather try a coffee with you.
I'm not sure I've got the time.
Before I go mad from sleep deprivation. You're putting patients' lives at risk here, Doctor. Only you can save them from my insanity.
All right. I suppose I can spare 20 minutes.
So, how can I help you?
Oh, cut the formalities. I need some beta blockers.
Well, that's a very specific request. What makes you think you need them?
I won't get through today without them.
And what's so particular about today?
Unimportant. I've been on them before. I was fine. No side effects.
Yeah, you see, I'm not the sort of GP who hands out pills like peppermints.
Oh, I know what sort of doctor you are. Just like I know you're going to give me the prescription.
And why is that?
Because I always got my way with you, Dr. Carter.
No, you have me at a disadvantage.
You really don't remember me? Your head button up the back or something?
You?
I'm surprised you didn't recognise my name.
Well, it was years ago. I was a registrar. You were always in green scrubs. I only knew you as Captain Mannering.
You stupid boy.
Julia, have you had any dealings with a Dr. Kane at St. Phil's?
Richard Kane? No, more's the pity. All the female staff of the hospital call him Dr. Cupcake. Believe you me, they're queuing up to take a bite.
How's his pick then?
Yeah, but he does seem oblivious of the obvious charms on offer. Why'd you ask?
Had a case conference with him yesterday.
Oh, by the way, Zara told me about this little bet that you've all got on Heston.
It didn't start out as a bet. It was all to do with the reps coming in.
Well, I'm not sure that I should be seen condoning such behaviour from my staff.
Right. And how many of you bet on him writing?
I know my man.
If only they were all so easy to read.
Breathing techniques? Cut 'em up Carter's gone all new age. I heard you had a heart attack, not a spine removal.
Relaxation exercises are a valid part of stress treatment.
Are nowhere near as effective as beaters.
But less addictive.
Oh, never mind the concern. Just repay the debt. Give me the prescription and I won't tell the other surgeons how whipped you are now you're just a lowly GP.
Repay the debt?
Oh, you owe me. I was behind your success in theatre. You learned from my toughness. I made you strong.
You made me cry.
Why? That was my nickname for you.
Why are you so determined to get the tablets?
There's a wedding I need to be at this afternoon.
Well, if you're giving a speech, a stiff whiskey and a good joke will set the mood. Neither requires a prescription.
You're really not going to budge.
I'm all too aware of some colleagues self-medicating.
Each little finger, Heston. Remember? Your ritual before each operation. This little piggy went to market, this little piggy stayed at home. The things I know about you. Like the nurse who bent you over the operating table.
You are not going to blackmail a prescription out of me. Now, morning surgery is over.
Oh, lunchtime, is it?
Now, if you don't mind.
Right, you look like you're dressed for a wedding in that hideous bow tie and waistcoat. You can be my +1.
Well, I hardly think...
Oh, you want me to explore further options? You can impart your miraculous breathing tricks on the way to the registry office. I won't take no for an answer. Just like your friend, Nurse Spanky.
I'm guessing this meeting's not patient-related.
Why is that?
You'd have arranged to meet at your office where the coffee's free.
Well, that's a very practical way of viewing things.
That doesn't answer my question.
I like to get to know the people I'm working with. Besides, I guarantee if we'd had another meeting at St. Phil's, we would have lapsed into another patient discussion.
They can be the spectre at the feast sometimes. I can't believe I've just said that.
Neither can I. But there you are, you see, we'd never have been this relaxed. We can be ourselves.
You could be that on the phone.
And deprive me of your company? You're very cruel. Anyway, I don't like phones. They stunt conversation as much as they allow it.
I'll have to agree with you there. It's hard to gauge feelings without facial expressions sometimes.
Or body language.
You didn't tell me why this wedding was significant to you. Do you have a particular responsibility?
Yes.
It's not yours, is it? Am I being press-ganged into walking you down the aisle?
I'm nervous, not desperate. It's my former son-in-law's wedding. My daughter died 18 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, we see death on a daily basis, don't we?
You must be very close to your son-in-law.
He is family of sorts. I'd have picked this one out as yours. Still a surgeon's extravagance, I see.
We're giving fewer shifts here.
Why have you not been pulling your weight?
Cheers to the vote of confidence.
Oh, you always get my vote.
It's cutbacks. Everyone's getting less hours.
Well, look on the bright side, you haven't been laid off. At least this way you're putting a dent in your overdraft.
Breathe out slowly through your mouth.
And there was me trying to blow it out through my ears. I'm sorry. I keep being reminded of things.
Your daughter?
She was only married a year.
What happened?
Car accident. There was no one else involved. It was late. The police thought she might have fallen asleep at the wheel.
Must be harder not knowing the whole story.
Her husband took the decision of switching off her life support machine while I was heavily sedated for shock. So much taken out of your hands.
You don't have to do this.
Yes, I do. Life gives you so much and then takes it away just as quickly. No rhyme, no reason. You have to try and keep control of some things.
Holistic medicine. That's not something you hear from most GPs.
Perhaps I'm not most GPs.
No. But the power of thought? How's that going to help with our patient?
Do you exercise?
I jog, I go to the gym when I can, play some tennis.
Do you believe you're fitter for it? Some people wouldn't.
Oh, thanks.
They might claim it damages the joints, or there are alternatives to risking injury in the name of fitness.
Like?
Swimming or yoga?
Saluting the sun? The downward dog? I do those sort of stretches as a warm-up.
It benefits a lot of people.
Oh, come on, that's not even a proper workout. It doesn't help you lose weight.
I do pretty well on it.
You? One of those aging hippies limbering up for an 8-hour tantric sexathon. Seriously? Well, you look very well on it. It's not your only exercise, surely.
I also do sidestepping to avoid people I don't like. This wasn't a good idea.
Elaine, please.
You've apologised for yesterday. Let's leave it at that.
But we're just getting to know each other.
I've heard enough. Besides, I can't help feeling that anything else you discover would just be more fodder for cheap laughs.
How are you? Good, you alright? Good. I'm nervous. Sorry, just seen someone. Bridget. What are you doing here?
I'm free to stand outside. It's a public space.
You weren't actually invited?
Aren't you pleased to see me?
I'll have the green salad, no dressing, and a bottle of mineral water, thanks.
That's not much to eat. I mean, if it's about the cost...
That's all I want.
Well, what's wrong? Are you off your food?
I want to get fit. I'm starting to get buddy belly from all the lager.
Every man gets one after a while. I rub your dad's for luck.
Way too much information. I need to start looking after myself before I get any worse.
Well, you need feeding up, not starvation rations. Excuse me. Could we get some chips to go with that order? Thank you.
You think about Heather?
Of course I do. She's always with me.
Even today?
Today's not about her. She blames me for my wife's death, even though it was a terrible accident.
Oh, she's not said that, not to me.
I'm just curious as to how your life's moved on so quickly.
That's unfair. I got your message. I did try and get back to you, but...
You can't put a time scale on this, Bridget. We all deal with grief differently.
And what about your new bride? She have anything to say about this haste?
And she's been very supportive. Meeting her has helped me move on with my life. I've learnt how to live again. I never thought I could do that.
Well, that's certainly some therapy you've been receiving.
Please. Not today.
This isn't helping anyone, least of all you.
That should be my grandchild.
Dad was having a go at me on Monday about the way I was grazing.
Hold on, is this all from your dad's nagging?
No. It made me do some serious thinking. And I want to look like Daniel when I'm 40, not Heston. I've got to start now if I'm going to manage that.
Well, that's good, and I'm not saying you shouldn't, and you'll save a fortune in beer money.
Well, it's not all about money. You've got to think about things like how long you'll live, how to stop your body getting knackered before it's time.
Yeah, and you'll do that with a proper nutritious diet, not by starving yourself. Come on.
They're nutritious.
Well, do in an emergency. See, at the first sign of a rib, I'm going to march you down the mill before you can say anorexia. Eat them.
Bridget?
I am taking deep breaths. And out through the mouth. Just another reminder of how unfair life is.
Well, you got me here under false pretenses. How fair was that?
I didn't say I was invited. I said I had to be here.
Did you think you'd achieve something? I mean, whether you approve of Duncan's choices or not...
I don't.
Well, as you said, take control. That's his life. What about yours?
What about it?
Your career. The best scrub nurse I ever worked with, albeit the scariest.
Thank you, Dr. Carter. You're right. I needed to hear that. I need to draw a line for Heather's memory, if not for my own sake. I won't be long.
There, babes. Oi, skinny runt. You avoiding me?
How did you get Charlotte Baines to go out with you? She's hot. And a postgrad.
She's a sucker for a blinding pair of guns. Not to mention glutes of steel.
How did you even get arms that big? You must have a serious workout routine.
Why? Is this what you're aiming for? You could start with a few bicep curls. Then maybe you might have the strength to pick up the phone and call a plastic surgeon.
Hang on.
Heather always cried at weddings. Do you remember, Duncan? Maybe this'll help you do the same for her this time.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Go on, brush her off, that's right. Meet my daughter, everyone. The first wife. The one who's so easy to cast aside when something better comes along.
Why the interest?
Thinking about writing something for the student rag?
By me?
Kind of. Maybe as an example to the new intake, you know, start them off right.
Hi.
Get them to take care of themselves instead of getting into bad habits with takeaways and happy hour from the word go.
I'd be a role model. No, it wouldn't work. Most people couldn't keep up with me.
What's your routine then?
Run every day, gym 5 times a week, alternating legs and upper body on freeways.
Seriously?
Judo twice a week, and a strict diet. No fried stuff, no dairy, definitely no takeaways.
How long have you been following that?
2 years. I used to be a fat, acne-covered sick former, stuffing myself on burgers and pizza.
What made you change?
One of the gym teachers convinced me there was a link between my grades and being unhealthy. He got me training. Fitter I got, the better my grades were. And the girls.
Come on. Let's put that back.
Her? Put her back?
Why did you do that?
Is this how you honour Heather's memory? How could you?
Because I gave my precious, beautiful daughter away to you. And this is how she came back to me. You never bothered about her remains until now. Out of sight, out of mind. Leave the mother-in-law to clean up the mess. She's a scrub nurse, let her scrub.
Is that what you think of me? Someone who said she's no use to me anymore. Do what you want. You think I just walked away?
Walked? How far gone is the new Mrs. Whittaker?
Leave Angie out of this.
She looks about 6 months to me. The miracle of a new life started almost 1 year to the day you said switch her off.
I'm not that person. You were so doped up I had to make that decision alone. How do you think that felt? If I walked, it was to get away from the guilt.
What about the grief? What have either of you done to address that?
You honestly reckon there's a link between fitness and brain power?
I'm living proof. There's no way I would have got this far if I was still a porker.
Yeah, but would you really have failed your exams?
Think what you want. There's enough statistics out there to back me up.
You can make statistics say whatever you want.
What sort of grades are you pulling in, Captain Puny? You want to motivate others?
Said so, didn't I?
Get motivated yourself. Be in the gym tomorrow from around 1. I think you're up to it.
I'm not as strong as you.
Is anyone?
I was sure you'd do the right thing by Heather's memory in a way that I couldn't.
You've never said that before.
Why couldn't you have planned something together?
You always made it clear I was never good enough for her. I didn't see that changing because she was gone.
Heather's death changed everything. For me, anyway.
For both of us. How could you think otherwise?
You moved too fast. You haven't moved at all. You need to meet in the middle. Say goodbye together.
I'll never forget her.
Good.
You think I've rushed things? Made a mistake?
Yes, I do. But you'll have to make the best of that. If we're going to be a father with all the duties that carries. And the joy.
We could do something on her birthday. A memorial ceremony.
I'd appreciate that. Where?
Our favourite place for lunch. A restaurant by the canal.
The canal? With all the syringes and the mess?
She loved it there.
No, not good enough.
Okay. Where do you suggest?
The Lake District. Where we used to go on holiday.
She hated those holidays.
She did not.
You made her go hiking with those German tourists.
I'll just go, shall I?
Wait for me at the car.
Well, you could walk. Captain Mannering?
Hello again. What took you so long?
I was off saluting the sun with the other ageing hippies. Jog here, did you? Get your heart rate up?
Oh, it was already raised.
Excuse me.
Look, I just wanted to say that I only joke like that with people I feel comfortable with. And there aren't that many.
You were laughing at me.
I thought we were laughing together. Oh, look, I'm not very good at this. I haven't dated in a long time.
Oh, this was a date.
Sure. You didn't realize? You must be going on them all the time.
Hardly.
Well, then maybe if we spent some more time together...
No. I'm sorry. No.
Come on, final verdict scorekeeper. There is a pedicure out there with my name on it.
Well, it all hinges on the final patient. He didn't finish his notes.
A ballpark figure.
Pretty sure the winner's in this room.
Yes, that means the boys are out at the running. Tropical toes, here I come.
I think you'll be surprised.
Do men have the ability to surprise anymore? Sorry, thinking aloud.
Heston! Busy morning?
Oh, drop-in clinic, par for the course.
I think we can dispense with the shop talk. What's the final tally?
Sorry, is there something I should know?
No, not at all. We were just taking
a professional interest in Elaine's challenge.
Well, I won the match, even if I didn't retain the ashes.
And in English?
Clean slate, no prescriptions.
Which means Elaine wins the pot. Well done.
Pot? Were you gambling on my success?
And your failure, actually.
And you had faith in me?
It's just a staff exercise.
With a cash incentive.
I'll use the winnings to buy something nice for the reception. Something we can all enjoy. Flowers, perhaps.
I could have stood around in reception showing off my pedicure. We all could have enjoyed that.
Oh, all right then. I'll buy you a gin and tonic after work. Will that do?
It'll help.
Is it just me, or did Elaine look less than happy about changing your ways?
Is everything okay?
Fine.
Excuse me for saying, but that's not the impression I get.
Just a little therapeutic crying. That's all. Very cathartic.
Right.
It helps. Honestly, I'm fine. I was very impressed with your achievements today.
All down to your influence. If you did want to talk, my door is always open.
I wouldn't want to keep you from your reps. Besides, I think I need a little quiet time before afternoon surgery.
Of course.
Richard, this really is too much.
You're the straightest, lamest, most boringest.
That's not even a word.
So?
Excuse me?
Take a break if you need to.
No.
It's okay.
It's not, I'm an idiot.
No, you're not.
It's a lifeguard who needs saving when Anne turns the tide.